Welcome to Blind Bourbon and Whiskey Reviews. I'm your host Lindsey and this is John, risking his liver to discover new bourbons. We base our reviews off of a 25-point scale we developed and then multiply that by 4 to get up to 100. We start with 5 points for smell, then 10 points for taste, then 5 for the finish, and 5 points combined for the look of the bottle and the liquid inside. Now on to the review. Alright guys, so we are back at it tonight. We told you we were going to bring you some mashups of different kinds of bourbon and whiskey. So we're doing that tonight with John. He is doing barrel proof, full proof, barrel strength. We have quite a few of them in our cabinet of love over there. So I picked 2 of them. Same thing as usual. He doesn't know what they are, doesn't know which ones he's drinking. But he is going to go head to head with them tonight and we'll see what he thinks.
So the first one, after a warm summer day, we've been out in the sun all day. This is pretty tough with higher proofs. I'm already feeling it. Did some pre-testing, I did all my scores already. Feeling it. First one, you get floral. After about 3 minutes of setting out, the alcohol dissipated a lot more. At first, it was very, very alcohol-y.
Which is typical.
Yeah.
Whenever John has me try one, when we get a new bottle or whatever, it's the first smell, the first taste, you're just like, whoa, it burns everything and coats your mouth. And as it sits out and it gets a little bit more open and it starts opening up and you get more flavors and smells and that alcohol dissipates, which I think was true with pretty much every whiskey or bourbon, but a lot more with barrel proofs because they're a lot higher proof.
So barrel proof and barrel strength and full proof can all mean slightly different things. Full proof usually means that's what it goes in the barrel as, but we're just going to group it all together. They're very, very close. All very high proof, usually around 120 to 130. Some places like Michter's do get lower, some get higher like Beam and with Booker's and Knob Creek. But this first one, you get honey and cinnamon, warm apple, like baked apple, and vanilla.
So almost like an apple pie kind of thing?
Kinda, yeah.
Apple pie with ice cream?
I don't really get the ice cream. It's not creamy.
I'm just saying with the vanilla.
I get a little bit of grain, but I don't really see any pie crust. It's like warm baked apples.
Okay.
My grandma used to make something like that in a pot. She'd just cook some apples and
yeah,
do
like
apple
put them
pie
in like
filling.
a crock pot or whatever. It's kind of like apple pie filling,
it's
but you can just eat them. Okay. Fair
It's
enough.
a very, very good smelling whiskey.
Brings back memories too.
4.25.
Oh, okay. Scoring it high.
All right, on the second one, it's a lot softer.
What do you mean by softer? So like the smells aren't as pungent or the alcohol isn't as pungent?
The smells aren't as
up front and in your face?
Yeah, up front. I think it's lower proof for sure.
Okay.
I get raisin now that it's been sitting out. I didn't write that down in my note, but get a little bit of raisin.
Different.
You get caramel candies, like those little square plastic wrapped candies.
Oh, like a caramel, like, oh yeah, I mean a caramel candy.
You get
caramel
vanilla.
squares.
Vanilla is stronger than the first one.
Okay.
You get apple on this one too, but it's a sweeter apple, like a fresh sweeter apple.
Okay.
I think the second one, after sitting out, I am going to the second one is the best. 4.5. It smells just slightly better and softer and sweeter.
I like that one better too, just saying.
On the taste, the first one.
Here we go, guys.
Not as bitey as it smells. It's very, very smooth.
Okay.
Get a medium rye bite. Maybe even low to medium. It's delicious. It's oaky. You get cinnamon and warm cinnamon, some warm vanilla. It's good.
Okay.
It's pretty complex. I'd give it an 8.5.
Oof. That's high.
Let me take a drink of water real quick, just to cleanse. It's rougher than the first one. But after every sip, I've noticed that it got more and more smooth. Almost like it numbed your tongue and then taste started opening up.
Okay.
A little bit more of a rye bite on this one. Cinnamon in the middle, around dead center of the tongue, all the way to the tip. It burns nicely. Rye in the back, cinnamon on the front. Very interesting. Warm vanilla, and it is leathery. Usually you get leather from oaky bourbons, but the first one was oakier, but this one's leathery. But I'd give this one an 8. First one beat it out just slightly.
Probably because the complexity of it. You like being
it's
able to
a
taste
little bit
different
more
stuff.
complex.
Okay.
Now
How about the
finish.
finishes?
The first one was spicy throughout the mouth,
Okay.
and it lingers long. I bet you you'd taste this 30 minutes. This is a good sipper. You wouldn't have like 2 or 3 a night. You'd have 1, maybe 2 in a
Hanging
few
out.
hours, and you'd be good all night.
Okay.
I think it has more age. You can taste that on the finish than the first one.
Okay.
I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Now the second one, I have that it moves from spicy to smooth quickly and leaves a long, very pleasant, much sweeter finish. It did that on the taste too. It was rough at first and then went super smooth. So that one kind of changes in your mouth. That one edged it out for me on the finish. It was very interesting and almost unique. Give it a 4.5.
It's kind of crazy how these are just
They're
slight little differences between the two of them.
Right back and forth.
Yeah, they're back and forth, but it's just little hairs that they're getting missed by. So that's pretty interesting.
So the look, I don't know if you can tell the differences. The first one is darker, which would say more age too.
Kind of
It's
like
almost
this
like
one.
a cherry wood color.
This one's a little bit lighter.
And that one kind of reminds me of dark honey, if you've ever seen it.
Like raw honey.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
darker raw honey,
I could see that.
unprocessed.
Right.
The first one I'm gonna give full points on the color. It's beautiful.
It is very
2.5.
pretty.
Second one is still very, very pretty, but a 2.25. So the first one takes over on that.
Okay.
So after both taste tests, we added them up. We haven't done the bottle yet, and it comes right down to the bottle. We are both at 19.25 so far.
Just like I said, those small little differences, like this one's a little bit better and this one's a little worse. And he's going back and forth. So now it's just the bottle, guys. It's going to be the kicker here.
I want the first one to... No, I want the second one to win. First one has better taste, but the second one has a better smell and a finish.
Okay.
It's like 2 of those 3. It just seems to be a little bit better, but the bottle's gonna... Eli hit a home run. Love my White Sox.
Side note. Okay, so we're going to move these over a little bit so you guys can see bottles.
So the first bottle...
Oh, that was the first bottle, the one with the sticker on it?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I had to decipher so I knew. So both of these bottles we picked up in the last week.
I'm scared. Uh-oh.
There's your clue. He's going to know the 2 of them now. John had pretty similar feelings about both of them when we tried them.
One of them is a lot more expensive.
Yes. But I wanted to do this one. That's why, like, he was in the shower and I was like, can we do a side-by-side tonight? And he was like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And I was like, yes. because I really wanted to do these side by side with him tonight.
I already know which one's going to win because one of the bottles I'm not really a big fan of.
Yeah. But, so the first one that John was drinking, he picked up last week from a good friend of ours. It is Stagg Jr. So he got this one and we really liked it. We were a little sketchy with at first with it, but the more you drink it and the more it opens up, it gets so much better, guys.
I had 2 glasses of this the night that I got it, and I was laying in bed feeling pretty good.
He was feeling pretty good. So this one is 126.4 proof. It is unfiltered barrel proof. So it's kind of cool because some of these you can see, you guys won't be able to see them, but you can like see some of the floaties in them that come out of the barrel when these aren't unfiltered, which I think is really cool. John was teaching me about this weekend. But I mean, overall, we really enjoyed it. I don't like high proof, and I really enjoyed this. So I was pretty impressed with it. But what does that give you for a bottle for this one?
Oh, this bottle is so cool. It's like short and fat and almost like an old moonshine bottle.
Yeah, it reminds me of the moonshine. Like, it had a little handle on it.
I'm going to get a 2.25.
Okay.
You want to read what's on the back? It's got a pretty interesting story on the back.
Okay, so it says, George T. Stagg was born in Kentucky on December 19th, 1835. Stagg built the most dominant American distillery of the 19th century on the banks of Kentucky River during a time known as the Gilded Age of bourbon. The distillery survived floods, fires, droughts, and even prohibition when it made whiskey for medical purposes. Today, Buffalo Trace Distillery strives to carry on the tradition of its famous forefather. Uncut and unfiltered, this robust bourbon whiskey ages for nearly a decade and boasts the bold character that is reminiscent of the man himself.
So they say nearly a decade. I've heard this is aged from 8 to 9 years.
Okay.
While
which we've heard from quite a few bourbon guys that we've talked to that's the good point. I don't know how we feel about that, but we've talked to quite a few guys around here, liquor store owners and stuff, and they all say pretty much the same thing, that it's once it hits 7 to 8, pushing 9 years, anything over 10, it's really just kind of a gimmick to get you more money or whatever.
I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
there's some. We haven't really tried.
Yeah, we haven't, and again, we haven't tried anything over probably this.
No, we've had a couple over that. Elijah Craig is 10 plus years. That's not age state anymore.
I mean,
Eagle Rare
I guess we'll
years.
see. We'll see how it is. But I mean, we like the 10-year stuff. We
8
don't
to
mind
12
the younger
years is
stuff.
my sweet spot so far.
Okay, fair enough. So this is number 1. So John, with 2.25, that's going to bring you up to what, 21 and a half?
Yep.
So 21 and a half for Stagg Jr. I'm just going to keep crowding you with stuff. And then the other one we just picked up on Monday.
Yep.
Found it. John's been looking for it. We tried the normal one,
The small
batch.
It was okay.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't mind it.
I didn't care for it at all. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't what I thought it would be for all the hype that's around it. So I was a little disappointed in it. But John didn't mind it. But we found this one random stop, and we found it, and John was super excited, so we picked it up. But it is the full proof 1792.
Keep covering
I'm
my
sorry.
face.
I don't want
Everyone
you to
wants
see
to see me.
it. So we found this, picked it up. When we uncorked it, John and I fell in love with the smell of it.
Yeah.
I think it's the best smelling bourbon out there. It smells phenomenal.
When we first opened it, I said it smelled like candy apple suckers.
Yeah, like the red ones, not the green ones. The red ones, the little sweeter ones.
Candy apple suckers.
They're, oh my gosh.
I did get sweeter apple on that. I think that's where I
Yeah.
got it. But I also got caramel candy, so that kind of...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm a pansy. I do not drink higher proof stuff. I try everything because John makes me, and I don't mind trying stuff. This one I definitely think I could drink. I could do this one neat. I definitely think I could enjoy this one because it is very easygoing. I really liked it. I took a couple sips of it when we first opened it, and it was very nice. But what do you think?
So this one,
I'll move it away.
it's not going to win. I give it a 1.25. Bottle's just not there for me. The cork
Yeah.
pop was much weaker than Stagg.
He rates a lot on the first cork pot, guys, just to let you know.
1.25.
Okay, so that brings that up then to just
20.5, which is still pretty high for a rating.
Absolutely.
It's got a cool little story on the back too, if you want to read that.
Okay, I'm going to become a narrator today, guys. So on the back of this one it says, bourbon insiders have long acknowledged that full-proof bourbon has been distinctively rich flavor. This bourbon has been bottled at its original 125 barrel entry proof, just as it was years ago when the barrels were first filled. Strong and full of flavor, this bold bourbon boasts its incredible deep and smoky taste, superbly balanced with sweet vanilla and notes of caramel. Well done. So this is one of the ones John was telling you, the full proof. That's what they're putting it in the barrel as, and that's what they're taking it out of the barrel as. So again, it's one of those ones that isn't technically
it's
barrel
not
proof,
barrel strength or
but
barrel proof. They just add a little bit of water to get it back down to their entry.
right. So they want it to stay where it's at.
I've heard store picks of these are even better.
Yeah.
This isn't a single barrel, so I can see
Single
that.
barrel full
Single
proof,
barrel
I
full
bet
proof,
would
I bet
be
you would
phenomenal.
knock a lot of whiskeys out.
Yeah. So we were really happy though. I was really happy. We definitely brought 1792 back onto the map for us personally.
I've been looking for it for a while, and we walked into a gas station and found it.
A gas station. Amazing. And the sweetest people. Oh my gosh, it was great. But yeah, so we were pretty happy. So we picked this one up and we have it now and we're super happy. Are you trying to block my face? He's a jerk.
So the clear winner, only because of the bottle, the taste, and then the finish and the smell were all very close, but Stagg Jr. is the winner.
So first side by side, guys, doing our barrel proof, full proof, barrel strength competition. So first and foremost is going to be Stagg. Stay tuned. We'll be doing these every once in a while. We'll kind of sneak them in there. So first off, and let's keep the ground running. So that wraps up this review. Leave a comment if you have tried this whiskey and let us know what you thought. Please like and share to social media, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for our next review. Thanks for watching.